A public service announcement from the Pine Nut News and Daily Record concerning the Pine Nut News and Daily Record obituary policy. The cost for obituaries in the Pine Nut News and Daily Record is $75, which includes posting of a maximum of 2 black and white photos and up to 800 words. Death notices with just the name, dates of birth and death, city of residence, and service record are printed at no cost. Email death notices and obituaries with attachments should be sent to Harold Bottom, our tech intern, and should be sent to him at harrybottom@pinenuts.net. For those who have died but don't have email, they should have their notices sent to the Pine Nut News and Daily Record office, which is across from the hardware store and next to Shirley's Shoe Shelf. Although some effort is made to be factually accurate in the regular articles of the Pine Nut News and Daily Record, the Pine Nut News and Daily Record cannot attest to the veracity of obituary notices. That being the case, the Pine Nut News and Daily Record humbly asks that in the composition of obituary notices, writers please attempt to verify the accuracy of life story details, but not feel compelled to be truthfully accurate in all cases. For instance, if the girl 2 doors down from Uncle Walter and Aunt Bernice bears a striking resemblance to Uncle Walter and was born exactly 9 months after Aunt Bernice left on the missionary trip to Hawaii with Pastor Rasmussen and the Ladies' Aid Society, you may want to just let that pass quietly, much as Uncle Walter did. If Aunt Bernice, an otherwise unremarkable woman who lived in the shadow of her late husband's bird whistle carving career until she plunged a Ramelson whittling chip carving knife into his chest numerous times as he lay napping in his gray Naugahyde Barcalounger during the halftime of the Viking-Packers game, and then claimed it was merely an accident due to the onset of an especially virulent attack of hiccups as she attempted to cover Walter with the ugly Afghan his half-sister, half-brother Danny gave him as a retirement present, even though, according to Bernice, it coordinated with nothing in that den, you may wish to simply say that Walter died from an undiagnosed condition. While the listing of diseases contributing to the death of an individual may be appropriate at certain times, perhaps as a side note, in a case such as, at the request of the family, memorial funds will be directed to the Athlete Foot Survivors Fund, the mention of particularly embarrassing or chronic diseases might be best left unmentioned. Elaborating upon Uncle Walter's lifelong battle with bowel irregularity and flatulence, though surely a contributing factor to his rather untimely demise, should not be viewed as essential under the right-to-know policy of the news department of the Pine Nut News and Daily Record. While it is generally appropriate to mention immediate family members who have preceded the deceased in journeying to their heavenly reward, to bore our readers with detailed digressions into the nature of the passing of the secondary characters, for instance, divulging the fact that Walter and Bernice's son Ernest, who was born 7 months premature and expired at the age of 27 from a combination of gout and acute toe fungus, might well be more appropriately guided by the maxim, discretion is the better part of valor. Thank you for your kind attention. We would like to wish all of our readers a pleasurable and entertaining obituary experience.